Now, we've run through the best Manchester defence. Check out in the other video. What we're going to do now is talk about the midfield, because there has been lots of big money signings in this midfield. And there's going to be some that we don't even talk about until the squad, because they haven't really played yet. Leroy Sané's not made a debut yet for Man City. And Mkhitaryan's come off the bench, but he's not made a start. What we're going to do is start in central midfield. I'm not sure if this is even the fair matchup, but I'm going to go for Paul Pogba and Kevin De Bruyne, because Man City have changed their midfield system this year. They're only playing with one defensive midfielder. Previously, they were playing with two. And Man United are playing with two at the moment. And Paul Pogba technically is down as one of those, but he moves around the pitch. You know, lots has been said about Pogba, you know, the big money signing, Man United paying 90 million for a player that came through their youth academy and was let go on a free. But fuck it, I don't care, it's not my money, we've got Pogba back, and that is all that matters. And you saw it against Southampton in his debut, how good a player he is. We already knew it. He's a sort of box-to-box midfielder that Yaya Toure used to be for Man City, but is no more. And Man United have missed that in midfield. We've not had a dynamic midfield since Paul Scholes was really bossing it. Since then, we've tried. We've had Schneiderlin, we've had Schweinsteiger, but it's never really worked out. Pogba is going to be our linchpin, and he would be in my Manchester best 11. And on the other hand, we've got Kevin De Bruyne. In 3 appearances, he's got 2 assists for Man City. And just like I think Pogba's going to develop into Man United's midfield linchpin, Kevin De Bruyne already is Man City's midfield linchpin. He's really usurped David Silva in that archetypal playmaker role, and you can't really imagine a Man City 11 without De Bruyne in when he's fit. And I think that's a testament to how well he's done. You know, he's had a weird career. You know, sold by Mourinho at Chelsea, went over, I think it was to Wolfsburg, and then got bought back for big money. But he has really done well since he's come back to Man City. And I would probably have both of these players in my 11, but I'm only going to choose one. So make sure you choose yours with the vote in the corner. Next up, we've got Marouane Fellaini against Fernandinho. Now, Fellaini, the much maligned Fellaini. I still don't really like him, but he's been playing all right, so I'm going to give him his credit where it's due. You know, he's been playing in a sort of different, more disciplined role, because that's one thing that Fellaini hasn't had since he's joined United is discipline. He's all about elbows, he's all about yellow cards, he's not been about intelligent football. And Mourinho seems to have brought out a boring side to his game, which is suiting Man United right now. You've got Paul Pogba, who's dynamic, he's running around all the midfield. You've got Fellaini, who's basically standing still. If you put a 20-yard pin around him, he doesn't leave that 20-yard zone. And he doesn't need to, that's not his job anymore. And he's doing his job very well. Against Hull, I think he was questionably poor, but against Southampton and Bournemouth, he was outstanding. I think he sort of enabled Pogba to play how he was playing. I'm not sure if Fellaini is going to be fit for the derby, but would he be in your Manchester, not just Manchester United, Manchester best midfield? Let me know in the votes there. And would you choose Fernandinho over him? Now, Fernandinho, again, question marks. Big money Man City signing, took a long time-ish to settle, but Guardiola's really had faith in him now. And I think it's probably faith until Gundogan, I don't know how the fuck to say that name, until Gundogan comes back into this team, because I think he is definitely going to make Fernandinho go on the bench as soon as he's fit, but he's not fit yet. And will he ever be fit? But Fernandinho, I think, has done very well. He's sitting in front of that defence, and like Fellaini, his job is not to do much apart from break up the opposition play and screen the ball and give it to De Bruyne, give it to Silva, don't do anything crazy with it. And I think he's doing a good job. And teams need these players. You don't need assists and goals everywhere. You need players who simply are there to break up football and bring the possession back to your team. That's exactly what Fellaini and Fernandinho are doing for City and United right now. But who would you have in your team? Choose in the vote in the corner. And the last one we're going to run through now. He's not a midfielder, but he's playing in midfield for Man United. Wayne Rooney against David Silva. Now, this one's definitely going to split opinion. Now, Rooney has actually been quite influential for Man United right now. Everyone thinks I've got an agenda against him, but he's just shit. I'm sorry. You know, he's got a goal, he's got 2 assists so far in his first 3 games for Man United. So technically on paper, he looks like he's bossing it. He looks like he's actually being that midfield general that he's trying to be, but he's just not. I'm sorry, Rooney, you're just not. He's missing for so much of the game. He's trying to do his too many Hollywood passes. Rooney doesn't like not being the centre of attention in a team. And unfortunately at Man United right now, he's not our best number 10 anymore. He's not our best striker anymore. He's not a central midfielder, so he's just getting dotted into the team. I suppose you can't argue with the numbers at the end of the day, but you look at Man City, you look at David Silva. As I said, De Bruyne has sort of usurped him as Man City's most influential playmaker. But Silva as he showed for Spain at the weekend, I think he scored 2 goals. He is still cracking little player. I think a couple of years ago he was a lot more influential than he is now, but I still think he's a very dangerous man, far more suited to playing a little bit deeper because he's more natural with the ball at his feet. I think that's probably Rooney's problem and probably why I pick on him so much, but he's a natural finisher, he's not a natural footballer. He doesn't really like having the ball at his feet and playing intricate, quick passes, which is what a playmaker has to do. And that's why I would personally choose Silva over Rooney in this situation. But let me know who you would choose in the comments, in the corner. I say comments, I mean a vote, but you know what I mean. And that is it for the midfield. There's lots more to talk about in the attack. We've got Anthony Martial against Nolito. We've got the big one, I suppose, Ibrahimovic against Aguero. And we've also got another winger who I've completely forgotten about. But make sure you check it out.